Alright guys, Scrappy again today. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Drazah's given his perspective finally on the brand new Los Angeles Thieves super team on paper. Scrappy, Ghosty, HyDra and Envoy go into the new season as potentially a serious threat to dethrone FaZe and OpTic as the best two teams of the most recent season. Drazah, however, does not believe it's going to be too much of a threat. He reckons that, yeah, this super team not scared at all of facing them for the new season. And to be fair, in practice over the last couple of days, it's not like Thieves have been having the greatest time. Very much enjoyed to your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I greatly appreciate it. Thought this is just kind of funny. I saw floating around that kind of summing up the state of the current map pool. The difficulty is that genuinely for Hardpoint, rewinds might actually be the best, if not one of the best. Just because while the map layout is literally a Warzone point of interest, the spawns make a bit more sense. And that's the problem as well, is that we know that every COD that comes out, we talk about the maps. The map is, you know, can only be as good as the spawns on some level. Like if the spawns are terrible, the map still won't play well. The spawn logic needs to be well designed to make the map actually work. And that's the other problem, is that whenever any game launches, the spawns are usually problematic. And it's just one of the things that you've got to accept when there's a new COD every year, that the spawns are going to always be a bit dodgy when the game launches. Treyarch can probably fix it over time. But yeah, Rewind actually plays okay right now. Red card is not the best, but at least it's kind of colourful. I'll give it that. I think that is at least the benefit, is that at least some of these maps have some colour to them, even though it might not necessarily be great at all. This was another clip that I'll share for you guys here in a second, and I thought it was kind of fascinating. So Hitch does the Around the Bar episode here with Seth, Scumpy, aBeZy, and he talked about a few things. There was an interesting moment as well where Hitch kind of asked Scump, like, hey, how you doing? Kind of referring to the lawsuit, I think was the implication there, and Scump was like, oh no, it's okay, but it kind of implied that things are still happening behind the scenes on that front. So yeah, I'm not really sure if there's an update specifically on the Hex and Scump OpTic lawsuit against Activision Blizzard, Microsoft, and effectively the CDL, but the implication is that there's maybe still something to happen there behind the scenes that's not yet been confirmed. That wouldn't surprise me. Lawyers drag things out. You guys probably know how it is. But this was maybe the more interesting clip in many respects on Scump's career, because he won the World Championship in 2017. That point, he'd pretty much achieved everything. And of course, from that point onwards, 2018, 2019, sure, he won an event in 2019, Chicago Huntsman in 2020, won a couple of events that year. Then 2022, won, of course, the first event in Vanguard famously, and then shortly thereafter retired. So in that like 5-year span that he kept competing, he definitely extended his legacy, for sure, as a competitive player. Was still a force to be reckoned with, even in his down years. But to be fair, most of Scump's legacy was pre that date. I mean, Scump was competing since back in like 2010, 2011, back in Black Ops 1, and then won most of his championships from 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Now, if Scump had known now what he knew then, that the rest of his career would still be impressive and he'd still play well, but he wouldn't be quite as inspired to play the games because they weren't quite as good, really. Certainly after Black Ops 4, we know that it went significantly downhill. Scump played Modern Warfare 19, Cold War, Vanguard, and then Modern Warfare 2. Like, it wasn't exactly a great run, was it, really, until the end of Scump's career. And Scump says that, yeah, could he do it again, he would not have chosen to continue competing at that time. He'd have retired early and gone and played Fortnite, because when Fortnite was blowing up, there was like an inhumane amount of money to be made, right? And Scump in hindsight is probably thinking, look, he could have done what Ninja did on some level. Now, this is always interesting, isn't it? Because I think as fans, we should be happy and grateful that Scump did continue as long as he did, because he didn't have to. Like, tens in Valorant, 23 years old he is. He just retired from competitive play. One of the best players and most talented in the game, long future ahead as a competitor, but he decided that it's less stressful and more money to be made, and totally understandable. Like, I'm not, discrediting the decision, but I think it was quite telling that Scump, even after achieving what he wanted to achieve, still wanted to keep on competing, because he wanted to do as best as he possibly could with the talents that he has been granted in this life. But of course, he could have also used those talents elsewhere. So, we know it is with Scump, right? Like, the guy is pretty frugal generally, and if there's an opportunity to make a bit of cheddar, better. Like, yeah, he's going to do it. So maybe it's kind of like disheartening to some to hear this, right? That Scump's basically saying, like, I wish I retired earlier so I could have made more money playing Fortnite effectively, I think is the implication here. But I don't know. I think this kind of sums up the character on some level. But I guess the point is that Scump could literally be the biggest streamer on the planet today, arguably, if he made that transition at the right time. So easy to know in hindsight, I suppose. But I mean, it's not like Scump's stream is small. I mean, yeah, let's be real. Those numbers must be looking pretty nice. Nature on Hexno, they saw his dashboard over the last couple of months. Let's talk about some scrims, however. Drazah looking for a scrim, aBeZy looking for a scrim. They played one, and we'll see that here in a second. We also, though, saw the following. So Exceed's team, that is the team of HyDra, Exceed, DiamondCon, and Fame. They were playing the new Gentlemates roster, of course. That's Kismet, Skyz, and Lynz is joining with Priestahh. So that's the team of 4 over on this side. Effectively, it is the 2023 Subliners team with Lynz instead of HyDra. They played these maps. It was 2-2. Protocol was won by Exceed's team, and they flipped back and forth on the other ones over Rewinds and then Skyline as well. aSeam & Co. then played Rocker. That's the new team with Estriel and Nero on the team with Paulex and Geo rounding out that roster. And aSeam's roster of Brack, aSeam, Dylan, Rex, and Years, they won this one 3-1, so Protocol, Red Card, Rewind, and Skyline. Most of the maps pretty comfortable in favour of aSeam's team. Now, generally you can sometimes find that some teams, they get on, hella early, right? Like, these guys are spawning in straight away onto scrims, and the pro teams can start a few days later. So it's kind of expected, bit of a pinch of salt for the first few days of scrims, shall we say. But over the next few days, we're going to have to start to take some of these results a little more seriously. FaZe versus Miami, this was, I think, 4-1 maybe in the end. They played a few maps, yeah. This was 4-1 and pretty comfortable for FaZe. They lost the map 1 250-233, but after that, they won the other 3. And then they played Volt, and they absolutely slammed them 250-69. So one of the first 100-point clubs of the year. But yeah, Drazah, Simp, aBeZy, Cell, Metals, Real, Vickle, and Lucky. I guess we'll see for Miami, because playing FaZe is always hard in scrims, even if it's a brand new game. But obviously we know that they have Rancor. They could potentially sub it if they want to. They probably will at some point, would be the theory. But let's talk about the Los Angeles Thieves, because these guys have been playing as well, and they got into it last night for one of the first times really with Exceed's team as well. And they played a few maps here, and well, not all of them were especially ideal. They did win the first map, Thieves, 249-247. Absolute grueler game here on the Vault hardpoint. So it's not always a blowout, as we saw just then with FaZe. But after that, Exceed's team did especially well. 250-151 here on the Skyline. They then lost the Rewind 250-196. But the other 2 maps they played, they actually won. So over the 5 maps they played in the series, Exceed's team of, as I say, HyDra, Fame, and DiamondCon, all players that have been in the league before. Fame was in the league last season on the Los Angeles Gullers, so was DiamondCon. Exceed, of course, has been around a couple of times, and then HyDra was on that London team at the end of Modern Warfare 2, right? And then the Protocol was slightly more comfortable again, 250-174. Now, what is a real shame here is that we can't see the numbers. Like, all we get is, the eliminations and deaths from the POV of whoever screenshotted it. You can only, that's all you can see. I can't see who was frying, who wasn't frying. So all I can tell is the results. I can't tell if, Ghosty was popping off for the loss here or whatever happened. And the fact that it's eliminations and deaths as well, we know that that's kind of dead, but it is what it is at the moment. So yeah, the Thieves team, they obviously on paper are incredible, but so far it's not like they've been absolutely crushing it. And well, let me share what Drazah had to say. Some funny, well, let's say face cam reactions here from Drazah as well. When he was asked the question in the chat, like, hey, are you scared to play the new Los Angeles Thieves super team? How good they might potentially be on paper? And obviously Drazah in a sarcastic manner says, oh yeah, sure, these guys are a god squad. Yeah, they're going to take us down. So let me share a couple of clips and then we'll dive into it.
I'm almost fucking 30. So, like, yeah, looking back on my career, do I regret not retiring earlier and playing Fortnite? Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely I do. Are you kidding me?
You would have gone out, if you could go back to your former self, you would have told yourself to retire after champs? You win champs and then you just set sail?
Yeah. I love competing more than, like, anything. Obviously, it was my entire life.
Yeah.
But that was one thing that I always say that. I always say it on stream. Like, that was the one thing in my career that there's a couple things I actually regret. Like, whenever Damon was, like, moved to Texas, and I was like, no, I'm going to stay here. I regret that.
Yeah.
But also that. Like, just not
hitting
being
Fortnite?
on the Fortnite wave. Because, dude, I mean, Oh man,
It was crazy.
everyone ate,
Yeah,
and
it was
they didn't
crazy.
just eat. Everyone ate.
Are you scared to play versus the LA team this year? People say they're the super team.
This game, he didn't even play like the last game. I don't even think. Like, Bud does not play games with dead silence.
I'm very scared to play against that God Squad, man.
Does he even play?
Hey, they really just gotta fix this.
They're a real
like,
super
it's
team,
just
bro.
so bad.
I don't think I would die if they fixed
That's
it.
it.
It's so,
Real
like,
beast,
people
man.
just sit in corners and sound over.
Spawning mid.
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, Dad.
Mid out. Nice, good wins. I'm pushing out. I'm
Yeah,
trying
we should flip, guys.
Nothing mid.
I'm pushing pull, okay?
Oh shit, one's right street. You suck. How are you, pro?
I think we flip, guys.
I loaded this.
In the back.
It's running on you, it's running on you guys.
We can stack up here.
Oh, what?
I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
in front.
Double the angle.
They're going back, keep it back, keep it back.
Nice.
Oh my god.
No, Rancor.
Sorry.
Come on.
It's a funny response from Drazah, but at the same time, we know that Scrappy, certainly on LAN, has had his number for the last year or so for sure. So, you know, I think on some level, Drazah should be at least aware that Thieves should put up a serious fight this season on paper. Now, look, nobody really knows how good Thieves are going to be. I think they could easily be the best team in the game. Absolutely possible. They've got the talent to achieve it, and we just don't know how that's going to work. We know that FaZe have their weaknesses sometimes. We saw that this year. We know that's true with OpTic as well. They also had their tough stints this season. With Thieves, we don't know how, you know, we know on paper how good their ceiling could potentially be, but we don't exactly know whether they're going to be able to deliver on that. Drazah doesn't seem too concerned, seems to think that the rivalry is chiefly still going to be between OpTic and FaZe for the new season, but it's been interesting already because Scrappy's been beefing a bit with Pred over the last couple of days, so we start to get that, you know, Thieves OpTic rivalry really kicking on. Drazah versus Scrap needs no introduction, so I think it's still going to be a great season at the top regardless of what Drazah might potentially think. This was another funny clip as well here. Of course, we mentioned earlier today Kremp returning to competitive on some level at least, playing the tournament this evening, and of course playing 8 over the last couple of days. Some choice words I've got to say for Slasher as well, and Kremp probably knows that if he really wanted to, he probably could make it work if the team option was ever going to be there again. But very much enjoyed your thoughts on all of this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.
Slasher used to be on LA Thieves. Asim's like one of the nicest pros in the league. And Formal is a pussy who I slam all the time. Best way to get direct kills with the launchers? I wish I was doing that right now, brother. I'll be honest.
I'll be blocking that.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're good, bro. You want to be launchers? It's all good. Shit the hell, you're a launcher.
Let's go.
Spawn in the back.
Nah, you guys gotta find somebody else, gentlemen. I have played too much COD this week, and quite honestly, I'm losing respect for myself. I'm trying to eat these nerds gummies. They're not helping nothing.
Chilling.
No, I'm serious. We gotta find somebody mid-cheers. We need a replacement. I'll play the rest if you need me to, but I'm telling you, for your sake, my chat's sake, everybody's sake, we gotta find somebody else.
Yeah, we should probably swap these teams.
No, not only swap the teams, you guys gotta find one. I'm serious. We gotta find one. Oh fuck, I'm lagging out, bro.
What's happening?
I don't know. I'm black screen, and I just dropped 1,145 frames.
Oh, like you're actually lagging.
Yeah. You guys got to have somebody, man. I'm begging y'all. I thought I was optimistic. I'm not anymore. You got to find someone because I'm about to play this Babylon hardpoint just to feel something, bro.
Wait, who said they're getting off?
Me. I'm not having fun anymore. I have played 108 hours of COD in 5 days, gentlemen. I'm drinking a high noon. I got a wife beater on, and I'm fucking so soft right now.
Wait, someone in my chat said that I was making you rage.
No, that wasn't you, bro. That was everything and everybody.